Hi, Dwayne. I am a distributor with Sendout Cards. My website is sendoutcards.com/Mangita. And it's a physical greeting card that you do everything online. Now tell me, how can Sendout Cards be used for something that's online?
That's a really good question. I think it's really important to combine online and offline. I really think it's important because what's happening with email these days, here's a good example. Most email is getting deleted. You're probably the same as everybody else. You look at all your email, you pick and choose the ones you want to look at, and everything else gets wiped out. The stats show that I think typically it's 3 to 5% of all emails get opened up. And
That's true.
a really interesting statistic is that with text messaging now and voicemail, almost everybody, I think it's over 95% of the population opens and reads every text message. Everybody listens to their voicemail, whether they want to or not, because you're curious enough, you want to listen to it. So that's another one that's got a lot of that you can put a lot of oomph into it, into a message, in a voicemail message. And but what's even more important actually is getting a physical card in the mail or a letter, and Sendout Cards can do both, right?
And talking about that, how do you see that applying to your clients? How do you integrate both the SEO, search engine, Google Places, YouTube and Facebook? So how do you integrate Send Out Cards, for instance, with your clients?
Well, there's something called a QR code, and you're probably familiar with the barcodes that have lines that can identify a product. The QR code is a square thing with little squares in it, and it makes up, every pattern is different, but each one can go to a different place on the internet. So you can send them anywhere you want on the internet. You can send them to a page on your website with a coupon or a discount or a savings program or whatever you're offering. And typically the QR codes are used as a discount coupon type of thing. And so that's one way of using it. You can put that into a postcard or a send-out card and send it to your customer and say, use this QR code to go to my website to get a discount.
Very
People
interesting.
love coupons.
They do, they
Yeah.
do, they surely do. Because we have a system where we offer two cards and we pay for postage for the two cards for anywhere in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And they can also use pictures in those two cards.
Right. You can customize send-out cards.
Absolutely.
So that's the beauty of send-out cards is you can take a nice graphic image. It has to be I think it's a GIF. It has to be a high quality or a
Yes,
TIGF.
TIFF.
TIF, yeah. One of those types of high quality images will be good enough to print on a postcard. It's got to be print ready, and then you can send them out. And so that's one aspect of it. But I think the more important thing actually of send-out cards is when people get something in the mail, they can look at it when they feel like it, when they have time. Whereas versus email, it's an inundation of stuff you really don't want in many cases, and that's why so many people delete email. But when you have a card in your hand, it's a lot more professional looking. It's something you can physically hold and look at when you have time, at your leisure. And when you're ready for it, if you're going to take action on it, you still have it, a few days or a week or month down the road, you still have it in your hand.
Let me ask you one question.
Okay.
How many personal mail do you get in the post box?
Not much, actually.
So receiving a card would be great,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
that's right. It's another thing about send-out cards. It's more personal. So it tends to get open more often, and people will take action on it. Because it has that warm and fuzzy feeling to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.